So we blew the head gasket on the 03, driving it to just get fuel in it the other day. So this is what we have to work with right now, just this shop. These are all the tools I brought home to work on it with. A couple things we gotta clean up in here while we have it apart. We gotta run our EGT probe and drive pressure under the bottom side of the manifold, because the bungs are right there instead of the on the top side, because it's flipped. And while we have this loose, we're going to do a new seal down there on the transmission, because that's leaking. Just like to show the world how fun it is to remove 625 ARP studs. Try not to scrape your fingers on your truck either. Right here. 14 mil 12 point socket. This guy. Haven't found a loose one yet. I'm sure I just did that one. So. Just repeat it 26 times. Coming up. Oh yeah. Ooh. Not all scored up like I thought it would be. Let's see where this blown head gasket is. So we got the head off, and looking underneath it, got a crack right there in the center of the screen from seat to seat, which is pretty unfortunate because now I will not be using this head, which is kind of a bummer. It's the original head, numbers matching as well as the block, but for the RPM and the boost this thing sees, it's just not worth the risk. So yeah, we got everything else tore apart. Got our injectors, fuel system, everything over here. It's really crude using your little tiny garage as your house for this stuff, but I might send the injectors back to S&S as well and get tested. Not that I had any issues, just to be sure they're still good. The yeah, number 5 had a broken rocker arm a couple years ago, and it had some marks on the piston, so we might, I don't know, dig into that a little bit more. Could have a cracked piston, hope not, but ultimately, this is what caused it. We got this little metal piece that's pushed out from boost, entering the cooling passage. Actually, it just lifted this side of the gasket, I think, and through there it went into the cooling, and then from there it bent it out, because that's just flat up against the block in the head. But yeah, a lot of carnage for a 231,000 mile, 900 to 1,000 horsepower truck. But yeah, got the compounds pretty modular, had everything out. I think it took us 3 hours total to have the head off, but this thing's gutted pretty good, so yeah. How's it going, everyone? Just wanted to make a quick video kind of capping recapping everything that we did yesterday. We took the compound turboed Cummins race truck out for a rip a couple days ago and pretty much blew the head gasket. Made well over 80 pounds of boost. I got a 100-pound boost gauge in the truck, and to my peripherals, it looked like it had spiked it. So it made a lot of boost, which blew the head gasket. And honestly, I wasn't too surprised because last year when we were drag racing it, it started to push a little coolant, but it stopped, so we thought we were okay. But really smacking it with some boost, it kind of finished it off. But yeah, so yesterday me and one of my friends got the head ripped off. So yeah, we got it all kind of tore apart. We're waiting to hear back from the machine shop on the head. We did find a crack in it, which sucks, but I'm not too worried about running it because this engine's I've gotten my money's worth out of it, I should say, but I'm still looking to maybe keep pushing it just because I don't really want to build a 6.7. I do want to build a 6.7 for it, but I'm probably not going to do it right away, just because we're planning on doing life things this year. So yeah, I'm going to clean some things up and kind of get it ready for storage. It unfortunately has to sit outside, and we've been getting some rain, so I've been making sure everything's sealed. I just cleaned the block and put some WD-40 on it to kind of inhibit rust. I got a bag I put over top of it, and I just picked up a tarp I'm going to lay over top of everything, just really be sure it's sealed for the time being. Hopefully we get the head out this week to get a decision made on how much we can do with it. We might just surface it and throw a gasket in it and make it to where the truck runs and put off any big events this year, just because it's probably going to do it again. Or if we can muster the courage to do the fire rings, I'll definitely do those as well. I'm just going to torque the head studs higher than I did last time, and kind of hopefully that helps. Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch up on was whether you're doing this kind of thing, wrenching because it's a hobby or because it's your job or because it's something you want to learn. I just pulled the head off of a 2003 Cummins in my driveway, which to people who've done it before, it's not crazy hard, but most time people do this type of thing with, a shop with air tools or cordless tools and big toolboxes full of stuff. Granted, I do have a big toolbox full of stuff as I've been a career diesel mechanic, but I did most of this stuff with this, like just some hand selected tools. This thing's pretty much dead. Like it kind of shit the bed on us while we were using it. This thing's pretty handy. I mean, they're kind of expensive, but you don't need one. Having done these jobs before, I knew exactly which wrenches and sockets, but I mean, like this stuff here is Harbor Freight. I do have Snap-on tools in here, but I mean, I have a Snap-on box right here that really has nothing in it. I mean, everything on top is pretty much all that's there. Everything's kind of strung out over my professional box and my road box that I bring home frequently. But I mean, none of this was impossible. So I mean, if you're on the fence about tackling a job like this, the information's out there. I mean, I got books of torque specs and handwritten procedures and stuff that I've used over the years that make this kind of thing really, really simple for me. But I mean, if you're on the fence about doing it and you see this video and it kind of inspires you to maybe give it a try, let me know. Message me. I'll send you whatever kind of information you need. My truck's a little different because I've gutted it for race purposes, but at the end of the day, it's still, there's still 26 head bolts or head studs. The injectors still go in the same. The, accessory drive, alternator, all that stuff's the same. I've just kind of made it easier to do this job quicker because, I mean, it happens, it breaks. It's what this sport's about. But yeah, if you have any questions, you know, hit me, send me a message, comment. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Send you information, send you tooling. I made a whole list of tools for this job specifically, and there was only, I think, 2 or 3 sockets. Actually, it's right here. 15 mil socket and a 13 mil ratchet wrench. Those were the only 2 things I forgot. Everything else I just kind of took out of my brain, and it worked flawlessly.